Mining Indaba 2024 is all about partnerships between public and private institutions. It's the crucible of where the industry in mining comes to talk about issues that are relevant and also forward-looking as far as ownership, strategies, and also perhaps one of the key aspects in the entire mining industry, which is safety and the health of people that work in the mining industry. One of the interesting public participants at Mining Indaba 2024 is the Department of Science and Innovation in South Africa. And one of the verticals within the department is the Mandela Mining Precinct. Spoke to one of their leaders in the Mining Safety and Mining Technology Readiness campaign, which has an interesting story about how public and private sector partnerships can bring together a technological solution for the industry, which is holding and holds great promise for safety and manufacturing within mining processes in South Africa. Mr. Martin Pretorius, tell us about the manufacturing-ready technology strategy from the Mandela Mining Precinct.
Oh, thank you. We started off in 2017 with a major challenge for rockdrill operating as such, because it was a very unsafe practice basically in the mining industry. So we started off with a challenge with raising the challenge, getting some involvement with the stakeholders, industry participation as well as from the manufacturers, setting up the criteria. At the moment we started off with the pneumatic machines, which was very far distance from the infrastructure, meaning that the utilization of that compressed air and the machines is very underutilized, and that resulted in long face time. So when we started off with this challenge, we invited stakeholders across the industry, including unions, representatives, and they actually raised a long wish list actually at that time. We thought it was impossible to meet, and we really put the task to the manufacturers to come up with conceptual designs, and we actually reviewed those conceptual designs and came up with 2 manufacturers who's ready for and have the capability to start with this project. So another challenge to that was we had only like 6 months to get that production, the prototype ready for the testing. So we started off with that process. I mean, when we looked at the wish list, it was the machine must be almost half the weight of a 32 kilogram, which is normally the practice. It should have been less noisy. It should be user-friendly so that women in mining can also start operating that. It must be environmental friendly. It must be operator friendly, so that vibration and all of that fatigue needs to be addressed as well. And it must be design centered around people. So that was a major significant challenge. And when we started with the scoping, that was exactly the criteria which we set. And like I mentioned, the 2 manufacturers then came to party with conceptual design, and they started with the development. And within 6 months, they actually produced a prototype which is very similar to this one. And we then did various testing stages on surface as one to make sure that all it's compliant to the environment and to the processes which we wanted to take it underground. We also launched a process there where the unions could see and feel and touch, and from that base we then developed the prototype as a whole. And then we took it through underground testing and trialing, and that actually was also a huge success, where normally that trial period is prolonged because of, you get into operations, you put a new machine there, operators will just chunk it away if they don't feel it's worthwhile. They took this and they grabbed it and they saw that the machine is actually running 3 times as fast as their machine, so it was easily adaptable. But then from that point of view also, we looked at move the operator away from the face, meaning that we have temporary support on the face, and at the back side there's more permanent support. So here you could say sit at the back end, and with a swivel unit, and not as this, but you can see it's as easily swivel. Similar on a established platform, which they can then drill from that base and drill the whole panel. So the operator was much more safe, secure. The position he took up was much less noisy and no vibration, because he only had to push at pressure on a valve to operate the machine. So from that base, we really established a strong base. What also is unique on this process as we develop this is on each raise line, we established a mini hydropower system as a source system. So we could easily then attach 3 machines to that, as well as support rigs to that, so that you have much quicker, faster drilling time, much more advanced technology, safer, and visibility was also very, very improved, because the compressed air with water, it's becoming very foggy and you don't see that much clear. With this unit, you can actually see crystal clear what's happening on the face. So from a safe perspective, you are just much more awareness of environment, and you can actually operate it safely.
Just finally, I mean, what does this say in the big picture of things, that the Mandela Mining Precinct brings technological solutions for stakeholders, and it really paves the way for much broader participation and relevance in the industry, isn't it?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, when we started off, I think we were very, people were looking at us very skeptic, and to say, can we deliver something which so many people have attempted and tried or whatever. And most of that, because it's research and development as a focus area, the practical implementation becomes the hard issue. Here we actually proved that we started from that base of research and then continued into the practice and executing. But as long as we also involved, we have a technical steering committee members from various mining houses representing on that, which guides us also to new innovation, new processes, which I think is of interest. But just from that base of structure, we started with proper collaboration. Collaboration between OEMs, collaboration between mining houses, now sharing information of what innovation are they looking at, how can we join forces to make a better product instead of this isolated individuals trying to get to a solution.
Martin Pretorius of the Mandela Mining Precinct, thanks very much for joining us, and good luck with the strategies going forward.
No, thank you very much.